Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Markets in Waves. Today is the 9th of August and we're going to have another interesting look with some changes, of course, following last Friday's impulsive moves to the index, to actually just the index, the changes, but slight change also in the medium term on prices of oil. Gold still remains valid above the previous local low. Going to also analyze euro, dollar and pound. Starting with the index, guys. You remember I was expecting an ABC flat correction over here, but with this move to the downside and now moving up with a multi-structural move, 3, 4 and 5. That's going to be the 3, then the 4, then the 5. I am expecting this to be a double 3. Because now this move to the upside, being a 5-wave move, cannot be considered as 1, 2, like 3, 4 and 5, because this structure doesn't make sense as a 5. Okay, so I'll be looking at this as a double 3, excuse me, which means 38.2 might have acted as the support we've been here expecting, and that now might just be the last move to the upside to anywhere up to 94 or even up to 94.63, which is the 61.8, 78.6 Fibonacci extension of A and B, and also the far end is the previous wave 4, intermediate wave 4. Okay, so we might get a double 4 before we finally see the last leg to the downside that I have been expecting for months, not to say years. Now, the other scenario, guys, is that might turn actually being a W, X and Y, okay, or also a flat pattern, ABC. Okay, so don't be surprised if you see prices getting stuck around this area and then moving lower down. We're probably going to go for the 50 Fibonacci retracements, as this is usually where wave B of an ABC simple zigzag it's ending. Now this signal to on the other side of the MACD might also be an indication of this. So if we get like the 90% and another leg up and then move down in 5 waves, then most likely this is going to be a flat pattern in wave B instead. Euro dollar, you remember last time we've changed that to an ending diagonal rather than an impulse move to the downside. This flat pattern still remains intact, so I'm waiting for wave 2 to end perhaps even at 117 or so. This is the previous wave A. Yeah, and we still remain intact, or we might go lower down, close to wave 4 to complete a double correction over here between 4 and 2. But obviously we cannot go as low as 116, because then that would invalidate the upside move, right? Because that's supposed to be wave 1 and then wave 2. I do, although, expect another leg down, and since we have an ending diagonal here, we might be getting that really, because we have 1, 2 and 3. I'm expecting sideways 4 and then a 5. We might get that rejection over here, or we might just go to the 117, get the rejection and then continue moving higher to impulse wave 3, or it could also be C. Pound, unfazed by the dollar strength, remains, as we've talked about over the past few times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, A, B and C. To me that looks like this is a wave 1, 2, and that's going to be 3. We're going to get 4 sideways and then 5, perhaps down to the 50 or even down to the 61.8. I'm expecting a bit more downside. Okay, the RSI MACD signals have already shown some confirmation here of the bearish bias that was exposed, and with this fresh low now below here, most likely ABC, or the other scenario could be that this is A, B, C, D, E, you know, like a triangle here. Doesn't make much difference, to be fair. And then we're going to see another leg down, 5-wave move. Now do not forget that that might be ABC, that might be ABC. We might get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for flat. My wave B would be over here, and then we're going to get C. But either way, I do expect another leg at least down, and I'll be looking at 38, 50, and also 61.8. Might get a dip and retrace down to this level, but I doubt, since this is, you know, going to be the fifth wave. That is, yeah, 3, 4, yeah, the fifth wave. No, it's actually the third wave. So we are actually good to retrace, you know, a little bit further down. Now oil, as you remember, we were talking about this alternative when prices were up here, and when it started falling last time, we said, well, we hadn't lowered down, and that's going to be obviously a fresh low below wave Y, below wave W, and with 1 and 2 being here now. Okay, I'm looking at this as a leading diagonal, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ending diagonal. We might get down to the 78.6, 6147, which is exactly where my wave 2 ends here. Okay, there is a signal on the MACD, not on the RSI. It was after, you know, a few days past this signal that we were seeing here, because it's a lagging indicator, disappeared, and we have to respect that. Now over here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, extended 5 in A, B, which seems to be done. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, might get an extended 5 again, but I'm looking for lower lows either case. And since we are outside the ascending channel, I will be expecting the ascending channel to give me the signal that we might be turning up once again. Now don't forget, this is my wave 1 over here, and I'm expecting for intermediate wave 2, and then a continuation up to 3, 4, and 5. Okay, this of course is my choice and my counting, and I do that. Why? Here's the thing, guys. From down here, okay, we have cycle wave 1 here and 2 over here. My cycle wave 3, okay, we'll have a 100 Fibonacci extension exactly at 77. It's the level we actually did just now, and some people might have called this a cycle wave 3, but I wouldn't think, especially in oil, that wave 1 and wave 3 would be the same. For that reason, I've had this a primary 1 and primary 2, okay, and I'm expecting that to be in the immediate 2, 3, 4, and 5 in primary wave 3, purely because we have 5 wave structure over here. So unless if, of course, that's gonna go like very low, okay, very lower down, to do some sort of insertion in back in wave 1, you know, and consider this as a leading diagonal in the very long term, then to me this remains a multi-structural move to the upside. So W, X, and Y, this is for me. I'm expecting 61 perhaps to give us some support, but before, of course, the 64.78, and obviously invalid below 57.26. Why invalid? Because that will mean that we're going to head lower down, which means my primary is not here. Most likely cycle 3 ended here, and it's 100% of wave 1. Okay, and now for gold. I haven't changed much, guys, because we didn't reach the previous low, and we didn't reach the previous 2 either. So that still remains 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to me. Okay, with the downside being an A, B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or most likely, and as you see, I already placed C here, A, B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. C is already done, and I'm gonna start turning higher up. We don't see any signals on the RSI on MACD that can help at this moment, but what we can do is go from 5 to B and down to A. Okay, now you can see that we crossed above the median regression. We just want to remain above that level, okay, and then break this descending channel. Maybe a retest would be a case here, and that is going to be a sufficient case for the continuation to the upside in primary wave 5 that we have been expecting for a while. Now the alternative, of course, would be that, you know, my wave 4 is going to be here, okay, and that full structure to the downside is going to change. For this, let's go out a bit on the 4-hour chart to see what's happening. Well, if we're going to go lower down and cross wave 2, or to even do a double bottom, to be fair, then that's most likely going to be a case where this is going to be 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, that cannot be truncated. So it will be a case where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, a leading diagonal, if of course my wave 3 is bigger than 1. Let me check. No, it's not. What about 5? No, it's not. So no, we need to forget about this. What it would be instead, then I guess would be a case where that's again smaller. That's 1 2 3 4 5. Hold on, let's measure this quickly. And that would be 1 2 3 4 and 5, something like this. Yeah, so that would be an A. That would be 1 2 3 4 5. That would be a B, like A B C D E. So hold on, A B C D E. Yes, correct. That would be some sort of open triangle over here, and that is my wave C. 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, good. That would be the case, and so we had an ABC. That would be W. That would be X, and then we'll get Y. A B and C might reach down 16 18 or so, or perhaps, yeah, this is my wave 4, guys, we might go down to 1350 or so to do a double 4. Okay, that would be a, you know, a big one. That would be from current levels. At least we're talking about, I don't know, well, 20% decline or something. That would be huge. Still, 1376 is the level that will remain unchanged, because this is the top of my primary wave 1. You see that? So we can still go down there and nothing is going to change on the structure in the longer term. But I'm looking at this as, you know, we continue higher up. Okay. But the alternative is also, of course, to be considered. So guys, this is going to be for this Monday, the 9th of August. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and leave your comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, should of course there be any questions or an alternative view in mind. Thanks for watching, and we'll speak again tomorrow.